What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. So, this past Monday on Raw, we seen a new alliance be formed with Paul Heyman, Seth Rollins, and then Braun Breaker. And it gave me reason to believe that I feel like more people are going to be added to this faction. It's going to get bigger over the next coming weeks and months. And I think we are starting to see almost like a modern day version of the Evolution. If you guys don't know who Evolution were, that was a faction in the early 2000s and stuff like that that consisted of Triple H, Ric Flair, Batista, and Randy Orton. And I feel like this is what they're going to be doing, something almost similar to that, but maybe with a different name and stuff like that. And their motives might be different. But I think if you look at what they're trying to do, it seems as if that might be just the case. If you look at Seth Rollins, he's going to be like the Triple H. Ric Flair is going to be the Paul Heyman. And then you still have to do, and then you pretty much have the Batista be Braun Breaker. So you maybe have another person that will be added to the group. And I'm going to go through some names today that I feel like could potentially end up being part of this faction. But comment down below, let me know who do you guys think should end up joining this group with Seth Rollins, Braun Breaker, and Paul Heyman. Now, I'm not going to have a whole list. I'm just going to go based off what I think could happen and what they could be doing. So, but still, I would love to hear your thoughts and opinions on who do you guys think should join, and leave me your reasons why you think that they should join as well. I would love to hear what you guys have to say. But the first person that's on my list, I'm gonna go. I have 5 names. Well, I think I have roughly 4 names, honestly. But if I come up with the fifth, then it will be. So the fifth person on my list, I'm gonna go Becky Lynch. I think Becky Lynch could make a lot of sense. I think they could add a woman to this faction. I think if you look with DX, and then I don't know about Evolution, but you knew that China was kind of around DX, and they could do something along the lines of that. And I think Becky Lynch could just fit just perfectly with her just recently turning heel on Raw, and she's gonna be something's gonna be really really good with her and stuff like that. I think her with her tie into Seth Rollins could be very um, integral to this story. And Paul Heyman, I think there was a picture that went around after her turning heel. It was a picture that went around where Paul Heyman was talking to her. So that could be leading to her potentially joining this faction at some point in the near future. The next person that I want to throw out there is another person that one from NXT. I'm gonna go with none other than Ethan Page. I think Ethan Page has, I feel like is gonna be leaving NXT at some point in the near future, and I think he could be very beneficial by being on the roster, and being in a high profile group like this with some big names like this. This can really do wonders for him. Um, and I think his character overall, I feel like could fit what they're trying to do. So I think there is a possibility we could be sitting here and saying Ethan Page could end up joining the faction. I mean, you look at what he's done in NXT. He was NXT champion. He was none other than yeah, he was only NXT champion. He hasn't really done anything else. He recently challenged for the North American North American title, so that is a possibility that they do decide to do that. The next person that's on my list, I think can make a lot of sense is Austin Theory. Austin Theory to me could really be this generation's um, Randy Orton. I feel like he gives me Randy Orton vibes anyway. And if you're trying to give somebody that rub to really be something really good, this is a guy that I think could really work and benefit heavily because they're not really doing anything with him right now. He's been in this group, not even group, a team with him and Grayson Waller for quite some time, and I think the time has come to finally pull the trigger and separate those two. And you know, a lot of fans, well, even though they might not be vocal about it, but I think Austin Theory will really be a huge piece to this faction. I think he's very young. He's only 26, I believe, 26, 27. So he still has a lot of years left him in his career, and I think him being around people like a Paul Heyman, and we know Paul Heyman and Austin Theory do have their history. If you go back to Evolve, he accompanied him to the ring a couple times while he was champion, so that there is that tie-in there. If you with Seth Rollins, there's a tie-in. If you go back to 2020 when you had Seth Rollins, he was the Messiah, and he has a group with Matthews, and I think you had AOP, but they were leaders and stuff like that. They had Austin Theory in that group as well, so there is a tie-in there as well. So you have the potential to have him in this group. This can do wonders for him. This can elevate him to that next level. He could be in that Intercontinental title scene over on Raw and win that. He's already been tag team champion. He's already been U.S. champion. This gives him another title to go after as he builds his career and build his stature up, trying to become. I think he could become a Grand Slam champion at some point in the near future. So this gives him another title to go after. Because I feel like Braun Breaker's gonna go after maybe the world title potentially. We could see them doing that. We will see. But I think Austin Theory, if you want to be honest with me, I think is the perfect candidate to join with this group. Another person I think could go out there is maybe Nathan Frazier. Nathan Frazier is trained by Seth Rollins, but I don't know if they would go all in on that. So we will see if that does come to fruition. And then another name that people have been speculating, I don't think makes sense, and that's Liv Morgan. The reason people have been saying that, and I've been seeing a few reports recently about Liv Morgan potentially leaving the Judgment Day and joining this faction, is because Paul Heyman has made it very clear in a few interviews in recent months that he really enjoys watching Liv Morgan's work. He enjoys her work, enjoys her character, and all the things that she has been doing. And he even made it very clear that he wants to do something with Liv Morgan. He wants to work with Liv Morgan on something really special. And I think if that is going to happen, I think it could help her. I think people might look at her and say, well, she's good in the ring. She's been very impressive in the ring. Great character, but her microphone skills may need a little bit of tweaking. And if you want to do that, I think you could fix that fix that issue there. Um, and then this can also help elevate her to another level that people didn't think could be possible, even though she's been a former SmackDown Women's Champion, former Women's World Champion, is currently a four-time Tag Team Champion. This could really help her as well in the sense of helping her break through that glass ceiling to where she can be in that conversation with the Biancas, the Rheas, the Charlottes, the Beckys, and stuff like that. I feel like even though she's had all these accolades, I feel like at some for some reason I feel like she's still a step below them, and for some reason. So maybe this can help her break through that mold and really be up there. So we'll see if that is going to be the case. But y'all let me know in the comment section down below. Road to 2,000, ultimate is 10,000 by the end of 2025. Y'all let me know who do you guys think should join this faction as well. But with that being said, hope everyone's a great day, great rest of their week, and I'll see you guys in the next video.